morning. Namaste. This is Sayali Kelkar. Welcome to my channel. Friends, today I'm going to talk about how to release control on others in any relationship. Now, you may be thinking, I don't really control anyone. What are you talking about? I never want to control other people. Or you may be thinking that, oh, I have to control, otherwise that the person is not going to know what to do. In both cases, you are putting an undue stress and pressure on yourself to control another human being. And I'll tell you what, controlling others is the biggest illusion of our life. Tell me something, whoever that you have tried to control till now, have you been successful? Has that person always listened to you? Has that person followed everything that you have ever said? No, right? So really, you cannot control anybody. The only result of trying to control others or even trying to control other situations is that you become anxious, you become restless, and you constantly feel out of place and frustrated with people or situations. So I'm going to give you 3 ways in which you can learn to release that control on others, not for the sake of them, of course it helps them, but it helps you to become a more patient, loving, centered, and stable being. So tip number 1, how do we release control? The first and foremost thing is practice silence. In yoga, we call it Mauna Vrat. So what do we do is, whenever there is a person who is saying something that you don't really agree with, or they are doing something that you don't like and you feel that's the wrong way to do things, ask yourself, do I have to speak out right now? Do I have to give out my opinion? Do I have to criticize? Do I have to judge this person in this moment? If the answer is no, can I allow myself to just be silent in this moment and just watch what is happening in other person's life? More often than not, even if we don't do anything, even if we don't really put our opinions on others, they are able to find their solutions. It's just that we think, if I don't tell them, if I don't control this, then it's all going to go haywire. But actually it doesn't. Just allow yourself that silence, allow that silence for other person to be who they are, and see how the situation changes. Now tip number 2. Tip number 2 is, after you allow the silence, after you stop judging them and stop putting your opinions on them, ask them more questions. Ask them, what is it that they think? What is it that they feel in this situation? And why is it that they feel in this way? You can become more curious about others' ways of thinking instead of constantly getting attached and constantly getting opinionated about what you think is right. Mind you, my dear friends, there are so many ways of thinking, feeling, and percepting this world. And we are always so much attached to the way we think. Maybe there is another way to think about the situation. Can you become more curious? And when they start talking about what they feel and what they think, listen empathetically. Understand where they are coming from. Understand why they think the way they think. And again, allow that silence. Now, it may be very difficult for some when you are used to talking all the time, when you're used to giving out instructions, giving out your opinions. Take it as a challenge. See if you're able to stay silent. See if you're able to listen more than talk. Listening itself is a beautiful art that allows the other to transform. So that's tip number 2. Listen to them empathetically and ask deeper questions. And point number 3, my dear friends, remember that every sentient being on this earth is as capable as you are. If you are thinking that I'm the only one who knows what needs to be done here, or I know the right thing, or my views are the right views, then you are getting delusional. The other person has equal way of perception, and have faith in their way of looking at the world, in their capacity to find solutions to their problems in their life. Most often than not, parents have this problem giving that freedom to their children because they think that children might fall and they might make mistakes and they might get hurt. But you'll be surprised how many times children find the solutions to their own problems in such creative ways that even parents cannot think of. So have the faith. They know what they're doing. At the max, what will happen? They'll fail at what they're doing, or they will have a different way of living or a different way of expressing. Can we allow that space to them? Can we allow them to be who they are? Do you really want everyone to be your replica, or do you want to have as many creative human beings as there could be on this planet? So think about it. Can I allow them to grow in their beautiful, unique journey? And if the answer is yes, then have that faith that the person, whether it's your child, it's a partner, or it's your parents, have faith that they have the capacity to navigate their own life, to find their own unique solutions to their own problems. Now, if they do come to you and ask for help, of course, you can give out your opinion. You can help them. You can tell them what you feel could be the solution. But that works only if the person really comes to you. It never works, my dear friends, if you try to push your opinions and always make the other person do something. They are never going to agree to that. That's the law of this universe. So these are my 3 tips in which you can start to release control on others. Tell you what, once you start releasing control on others, you start feeling so much space, so much love, and so much transformation, not just for yourself, but for the person who you are in relationship with. So I wish you all to have that beautiful, loving relationships as you start working on releasing your control. Thank you.